Oh, I'm filming. Right. Man. This is our. It's been almost a week since I last ate, and if this is how you expected me to feel, well, there's that saying. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Gotcha! Or maybe not. But yeah, it's actually truly been almost a week now. Approximately hour 165. And I think you can tell I'm feeling pretty good. But I'm also looking forward to eating tomorrow. So yeah, I think it's gonna be about a week and just like under half a day by the end of this. So I'm going to try to keep this one a little shorter and try as a keyword because I do have a gig tomorrow morning, and I want to be able to get up early so I can break my fast slowly. And I say slowly because when you don't eat for a long time, it's a good idea to reintroduce food bit by bit and not just eat as much as you normally would, right? And also, you know, in a meal or throughout your day. And if you're curious about this, just look up refeeding syndrome. Anyway, the plan is to start with I have this ginger drink that I've been allowing to ferment a little bit that I prepared, I think 5-6 days ago. I'm gonna also break open a coconut and I mix the water with the ginger drink, and I'll start with that. We'll have some water before that, like actual just regular water, and then I'll do this, and then I'm thinking I'll have the coconut flesh along with some fruit, and then we'll see how that goes and take it from there. Maybe I'll have something heavier later in the day, but I don't know yet, and I'll just have to see how it goes. So during the fast, I attended my martial art class. I rode my bike. I've been on set. I had light workouts at home, and it's mostly gone really well. For example, when I was shooting the other day, early in the morning, I pretty much had more energy than anyone else there. Earlier, I was buying all this food, and because I'll be eating it starting tomorrow, and that went really well, despite being surrounded by food. And actually, I've actually been staying up. Some nights I've been kind of like just staying up because I've been looking up all these recipes. And I guess food's been on my mind, right? And I've been wanting to make like this vegan pizza, but not like a really good one and from scratch. Like I want to make my own crust, my own sauce. I want to make these vegan nut-based cheeses, and you'd be surprised at what you can do and how close you can get to the real thing. And for it to be so good. And now, of course, despite all this energy and all that, I've had periods where hunger hits me and I feel less energetic. But again, that passes. And when I think about it, on a normal day, we sometimes have moments where we feel we have less energy, and sometimes we feel like we have more. So overall, it's been really good. Also, obviously, I've learned a few things. If I were to do this again, first off, I wouldn't do it for a while because I don't think this is something you really want to do that often, going out for a week. So I would hold off. For a bit, but also I would probably only do this when the weather is warmer. At least that's what I'm thinking right now. Who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind in the future. And the reasons are what I discussed in I think it was the last video. And although maybe I'll probably go back to doing these 40-hour or some fasts a few times a month. Also, that tea blend I kind of talked about that I made, it was way too strong and I drank way too much of it. So the last 2 days I had half as much and I made it half as strong. And actually, and it went a lot better. And today I didn't really feel the need to have it. So, and it went really well without I think I just drank regular water today. And actually, I ran into a friend of mine today, and he noticed I was like my usual energetic self, despite the fast. And one more thing that makes a really big difference is working out, exercising. And of course, you want to take it easy, but I've always the days where, you know, maybe I didn't exercise in the morning and I did later on, after I did that workout, I always felt better. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't think when you're fasting you should be sedentary, you know. Although sometimes you don't feel like working out, when you get started, you feel like any other day, really. Sometimes you just don't feel like working out, even, you know, fasting or not. And then when you work out, you're like, oh my God, I'm so glad I worked out. I've also noticed that things don't get to me as easily. And I mean, I'm already at a point where I'm pretty good with dealing with, you know, things that could be perceived as negative. But I think that part of me, with just being okay with things, is even stronger now. I feel like my mind is quieter. I feel like I'm more present. I feel more here and now. And you know, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm right or maybe this is, I don't know. But I feel like I've been observing people. Like when I'm out, I felt like I'm more curious about people. I'm observing them, and I kind of almost, I don't know, almost in a different way. Like, okay, it's kind of hard to explain, but I'm not someone who really judges too easily, and we all do judge a little bit here and there. But I think you know, I try not to, but I feel like I did that even less so. Like you just look at something and there's nothing else, just the observation. Or at least less of that extra stuff that you kind of put on top once you observe something, if that makes any sense. Anyway, okay, so in terms of willpower, here I am, you know, not having eaten anything for almost the whole week, never have, and you know, 0 calories whatsoever, and I've never not eaten for this long, and I never thought I would, on purpose or otherwise. So I guess that's definitely something, right? In terms of body strength, well, I had a thought, and since this is my last day, I feel more comfortable pushing myself. And I already did some chin-ups earlier and all that, but I figured I saved the push-ups for now. I wanted to see how many push-ups I can do, just try to like max it out. So instead of just talking about, you know, strength and like, you know, body muscle and human growth hormones, I just thought, you know what, I'll film it and we'll see how many I can do. And it's not just what I can do, really, it's what the human body can do. Almost all of us have the potential to do, despite not eating for a week. Also, quick note, I like doing my push-ups like almost all the way to the ground. You know, my chin, my nose touching or almost touching, not just like to 90 degrees. So I tend to do a little less, but I don't really care. Anyway, here goes. So I looked back at the video and I think that was just around 45, which is, I think, not bad for someone who hasn't eaten for that long, right? And also because, okay, so because of the angle of the camera that I had, it might look like I wasn't going to 90 or lower, but like if you check carefully, my nose and chin were like either touching or almost touching, like an inch off or something. I don't want you to think I'm a liar. Anyway, so I think that's it, and I think, yeah, it turns out this video was not as short as I planned, probably longer than any other video. Anyway, Oh, you might have noticed me when I'm recording these, I tend to kind of look around. That's because I have notes all around the camera. And actually my first attempt at the video was just an editing nightmare. I was all over the place. And actually I never posted my first kind of attempt. I just decided not to. And I made a new one the next day, and I just did it all in one take with all these notes. So I'm going to upload this, and I'm going to get ready to go to sleep. I'll try to record another video later. And I'm thinking maybe tomorrow or the day after, but don't hold it against me if I don't. I'll probably talk about breaking the fast, how it went, and maybe answer some questions. So once again, feel free to leave comments and subscribe if you wish. Take care for now.